Hello everybody and welcome! My name is Ursa and today we're playing as the Dutch because we're playing A to Z and we are down to D. Very exciting times. And you know, I won't lie, I am genuinely excited about today's game because we are playing with a slightly modded version of the Dutch that brings back one of my favourite leaders from Civ 5. It's William of Orange. Now, this is a fantastic mod and I'm not even joking when I say that just small tweaks to how the Dutch play have really kind of, and I want to say this, fixed them. They play so well. This is the mod, by the way, William of Orange. Credit goes to Stephalon Deliverator, which is possibly the best name of a mod I've seen so far. Deliverator, I deliver, and I do it well. The rules of the game are pretty standard. Deity difficulty, a standard speed. And these are the details of the map. We are playing a 6-player small continents and islands map, with all of the details pretty much left alone and none of the game modes on. And the goal of the game, apart from winning, is basically just to have some fun with the Dutch and play them well. Now, William of Orange, you say, how is he slightly different to Wilhelmina? Well, it's all about the Dutch East India Company, the personal leader ability, which has just been tweaked away from Wilhelmina's, and oh boy, do the Dutch feel a lot better, a lot more synced and put together. And in actually fact, this sort of ability is what Egypt should have looked like. If Cleopatra was a bit more like this, Egypt would be a very playable civ. We start on what hasn't changed at all. The polder is exactly the same. The unique boat is even more powerful than the frigate, takes less niter and gets +7 strength against defensible districts. It is a powerhouse at domination, and our unique ability hasn't changed either. We get major adjacency bonuses for campuses, theatre squares, industrial zones if they're next to a river. I also get to culture bomb harbours, and I get 50% production towards dam and flood barrier buildings. Those dams and flood barrier bonuses are always the bonuses you tend to forget playing as the Dutch, but they always come into play a little bit later. So the Dutch East India Company, this replaces Radio Oranje, which was Wilhelmina's ability, and that one always felt like a little bit of the worst part of playing the Dutch. She, as a genuine real-life person, was incredibly interesting, and her role in World War II, playing as essentially the Dutch government in exile over in, I believe she stayed in London for a lot of it, or I think she went to America for a little bit. I read into it a little while ago and her genuine backstory is really, really interesting, and Radio Oranje as a concept was way cooler than the game kind of gave it. What was like a resistance broadcast spread over Europe to the Dutch who were in occupied lands. It was very, very cool, but the Dutch East India Company is a much more satisfying ability. My international trade routes provide 2 food, 2 science, and 2 culture. That's all international trade routes. It basically makes them a little bit better. I get more techie, I get more culture-y, which is a word. I also get a bonus trade route capacity, and then we get what the effective Egyptian ability is. On top of that, other trade routes to me provide the person sending them with 2 production and 2 gold extra for me as well. So if people trade with me, I get gold and they get production. If I trade with people, I get food, science, and culture, and having 1 extra trade route capacity is handy as well. All of my traders are going to be giving me extra food, extra science, extra culture. My cities will be clever, cultural, and most importantly, plump. All the energy for cycling everywhere, as we all know. So that is the game as we have it. When you combine that with my major adjacency bonuses for campuses, theatre squares, and industrial zones, I want to basically be focusing on any district that can get put down on a river. I also quite like having harbours and trade routes, so my priority is kind of looking a little bit like this. Any district that gives me a trade route, that's what I'm going to be going for. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking to settling on as many rivers as I can and basically abusing all of the settling bonuses we can get away with. And the Dutch, they get some crazy bonuses. Look at that, it's already a +4 campus, 2 from mountains and then 2 from the river. Awesome. And the start location is even better. There's a Plains Hill, Plains Hill, Plains Hill, so there's lots of different options for Plains Hills, but the amber just on this tile gives me +1 culture if I work it from the beginning of the game. I also kind of want to preserve the woods on this tile because that 1 food through production tile will be quite good later on. I'm just going to move my warrior involved a little bit. This is a continents and islands map. I don't know how big my continent will be. It probably is going to have at least 1 other person on it. so we should expect a little bit of company. But what I'm going to do is go over the river. Now this will preserve the woods for me, so I don't get rid of it when I settle. It gives me this 1-3-1 tile to work immediately, and it also means that I get the bonus production from settling on the Plains Hill tile. All of these things are wonderful. I also boost sailing from day 1, which is pretty cool. Now, I think I'm going to beeline straight the campus. I think it makes sense. I've got a +4 available to me right there. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I've got a huge production start. I've got no food coming in whatsoever, and I have a lot of production until I get this fish tile, actually. That will help a little bit. So I might as well make use and get myself a scout. Maybe I'll go scout monument, maybe I'll go triple scout. It depends a little bit on my level of production capacity. And it also, I was about to say, depends on whether or not I can escape through this mountain range. Now, it looks like the river flows through the mountains and actually has some pretty sweet adjacency bonuses for me here. This is possibly really cool. In fact, in the longer term aspect of the game, what I'm going to do is think about plopping an industrial zone there and an aqueduct on this tile. This does me a couple of things. Firstly, it means that obviously I get the +2 from the industrial zone being on the river. I also get the aqueduct, which helps me to improve that a lot. And it also gives me a spot for Venetian arsenal. Always good to have Venetian arsenal in a Dutch empire, because then I can sprout my unique frigates at vast and unholy quantities. I also want to be thinking about mausoleum spots as well as actually wonder spots for my harbours. It could be that I end up putting the harbour over on this area. It loses the adjacency bonus, but it gives me more tiles to play the mausoleum on. Although I could, in theory, get something like pyramids. The pyramids got to be on flat land. I can never remember if it's got to be on flat land. Yes, it does. So I can't do that. I could, in theory, build Petra. I could, in theory, build Sancor, which would be decent for my trade routes, but I'm looking to get mostly external trade routes today, and domestic trade routes give an additional faith. It basically means that people would be more likely to send routes to me. It's possible. The way I'm going to put my campus down here, this won't be a Sancor city, I don't think. No, I think we'll lay off that for now, but we'll keep all these things in mind. You never know. That looks like a faith city-state. Let's go and see if anyone's found it so far. No, nobody had. And that's candy. This could be a relic game, everyone. I wasn't going to play with faith, but that's a candy start. Now, every time I discover a natural wonder, I get a relic. And that's 50% extra faith from relics as well. Oh, lordy. That's good. Well, I want to focus on culture then. Let's go for the monument. Basically, what I want to do is beeline Amani, stick her in candy, and get ourselves as many relics as we can as early as we can. There's also Hong Kong, which has been met by somebody. So unfortunately, it looks like somebody is on our island. Well, I guess it means we'll probably have someone to trade with, which is a good thing, but we don't like feeling this cramped this early on. God King for a quicker Pantheon, and we'll go survey today because I do have a scout. I want to see if I can get them promoted because there's so many hills around me. I want to make use of that as quickly as possible. I'm also now going to just force myself to work the fish tile. Now this hopefully means that my capital grows nice and quick now that I've got Code of Laws, and we'll go from there. Is it more likely that I'm going to produce a district or get to 6 pop? Produce a district, so we're going to go craftsmanship to start with. So it looks like there's plenty of river in this direction for me to go and settle on. Again, pretty cool. We're kind of, I don't know whether industrial zones or campuses or theatre squares are going to be our prime contender here, but we'll look to basically abuse whatever features of the map we can. Well, I have such a high production start, I think it's probably worth just pumping a settler out. It's probably a good thing. We're going to get writing soon, I believe, and I'm not going to produce a population really before that works. I'm just going to unforce this and work the extra production tile. That puts me to 8. Actually, it won't give me enough food now. It won't give me enough food. I'd rather actually have a little bit of excess food, because then when I lose the population, I'll go immediately to 2. Look at that. Oh, these candy warriors are fine, but I want this barb encampment. It appeared between our lands. If I can get the bronze working boost, that would be sweet, but unfortunately their warriors are doing a very good job at just sort of surrounding it, so I need to get in there. Oh yeah, they left on low health. Is this good enough for me to invade? Can we take advantage of this? Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. How much is it to switch my government card over? 20 gold. I think it's worth it to guarantee we get the boost. I'm going to switch to urban planning and discipline. That gives me the +5 combat bonus, and this should guarantee me the kill. I get 30 gold, so I was gold positive up, and I got the overscore from killing the barb camp, so I think that's worth it for me. There is whoever it is. Who is that? It looks like a sort of blue and white. Is that America? No, it's Sumeria. Oh my goodness, we can have a friend. You know what happens when we meet Sumeria. It's Gilgabro. He's happy, declare friendship. So we have an immediate ally now, and somebody more importantly that we can trade with, which is actually genuinely really cool. This area is just a little bit too squeezed. That's the unfortunate thing. I'm going to have to settle on this grassland hills tile, which would be a +6 campus, unbelievably. But what I could do is put a campus on that desert tile, put the city centre there, and then go for a government plaza between the two. Although the problem is that is wasting a river tile, so maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, the campuses we can build here are awesome and should basically look to increase my science through the early game as far as we'd ever need it. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and keep with that. What's going to be happening on the Pantheon though? I can get religious settlements. That would be a 3 settler in my capital. That lets me put a 3rd city out immediately, which is awesome. Reed and marshes we've done a lot of recently, and for once this is not a map that'll help with that at all. I'm not going to go Faith particularly this game. I'm looking for gold focus, so that's not a problem. So things like River Goddess, Desert Folklore, Dance of the Aurora, Divine Spark, none of those are really very helpful. Yeah, I'm actually going to take religious settlements. It gives me border expansion as well, and it lets my population tick over 3 before I finish this settler, because it says receive a settler, but it's not a free settler. It does increase the cost of the settler I'm building a little bit, so that puts that to 5 turns and means we've got to just work that one. But that means I've got a 3 city start pretty quickly, which is fairly awesome actually. Now what's the chances of horses being on that tile? It's a grassland, it's got nothing on it, and it's on a river that would be really useful for me to work. I suspect that could be, so we're going to go straight for sailing instead. So I want to work as much of this river system as I can, ideally. And it's all floodplain, it's got loads of rivers around here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and maximize it. We're going to put a city down as close to Candy as we can get, so I'm working as much of this land and I've taken as much of this land as possible. And then I'm going to do things like making industrial zone complexes where I can. If I go for the 1-2 industrial zone like this and put a city down on this tile, it looks a little bit strange, I know, but there's the aqueduct there. I can put an aqueduct on this tile and we can build a dam on this tile. Oh, not a biosphere. A dam. That would give me a +10, which already looks pretty nice. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could, in theory, then put a city up into that sort of direction. Oh, actually, you know what? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to shift it down 1. So just shoved it a tile further down. That now means I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 like this and put another city on this tile. And then I can think about actually just sort of adding over and joining in with this sort of mess of things. Yeah, okay, this is good. This is good. It gives me a little bit of space, lets me work as much of this land and push towards Sumeria as much as we can. So that's what we're going to try and do. Get the 5 cities out as quickly as possible. City number 2. Huzzah! Right next to a volcano, but honestly, we don't mind. Let's get that campus down as quickly as possible. Nice +5. What could go wrong? Still working a 2-2 tile there. It's all good. So my capital is now going to try and get the campus down as quickly as possible. Again, we quite like having a nice early game science boost, but we're now going to also save some gold. Settling is 560 gold. That's very expensive, but a builder is only 200. Could I do anything? I could get my sailing, so I get that fish going, which gives me a little bit more food. That helps my capital a little bit. Possibly a good idea. I think mining has got to be something to get soon as well. Looks like there's more space between Hong Kong and Candy, which is quite nice. So more to explore. A triple olives. Wow, that's a settlement that needs to be made. Now I can settle on this location without it getting loyalty penalties. So I'm going to actually just lock in that city to stop Sumeria from settling closer to me. They're my friends, so they can't attack the city, which is good. They may get a little grumpy at me for doing it, but I mean, honestly, it's fine. So that's the campus finished now. Boom. 3 era score and state workforce boosted. I've got urban planning, we've got discipline. It's all looking rather lovely. Immediately, let's pop a Marnie into Candy. As mentioned, if I can find relics every time that I get myself a natural wonder, I mean, that's going to be some amazing early game faith for me. Some really, really good early game faith. And I'm now unlocking my first traders. If I send roots to Candy, I get the 2 food, 2 science, and 2 culture. It makes a huge difference. I can get 2 of my cities doing that almost immediately. Pyramids have already been built on turn 37. That's actually a pretty late first game wonder, so we'll take that. Mongolia is on my continent as well. I do not want to give away the location of my capital to Mongolia. That sounds like a dreadful idea. But let's see, do they like me? -3, that's fine. Actually, we can probably bribe them into liking me. We're already nice and neutral. Declare friendship. No, they like Sumeria, so hopefully they'll like the fact that I like them. Maybe settler. It doesn't look like I found any of their cities so far, so fingers crossed they'll be a little bit further away from me than I fear at this point. What does it make sense for me to rush? I think industrial zones. I want to get those out as quickly as possible because getting all of those extra great engineers means that I can rush wonders, and wonders are going to get me very far in this game. Bam! There is a normal age next turn, which is pretty cool, but it just, again, locks off this area to stop Sumeria from settling it, which will make a huge difference to me in the late game. My capital is very much stuck on 2 population at the moment, which is a little bit unfortunate. I've got a builder out. He's going to put a fishing boat down to give me a little bit of extra food, and a mine to give me a little bit of extra production. Both of those things are good. A granary would help me to grow a little bit, would help my capital to take off, and I'm just about to pick up traders as well, which again helps quite a bit. So I think, I like all these things. Let's go for the granary. Let's see if we can actually get my capital growing just a touch. It would help. But there's Candy. We've taken over Candy, and Mongolia likes me. Good. Early game friendships. Even if you're planning on going to war later in the game, it's always worth being friends. Backstabbing is too much fun after all. So I haven't found any natural wonders at the moment so far, but if I did find them now, I would get you're kidding me. If I did find one, I would get a relic. Is that Yosemite? No, Roriyama. And then there is the relic. Okay, so the relic's giving me 6 faith per turn at the moment. That's a really good monumentality drive. I'm going to go for monumentality in Renaissance. I think that's probably the best thing for me to do. Nobody's going for religion at the moment. If there's still a religion going when I get a golden age, I might just focus on that, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. A little bit of extra production in The Hague now. Look at that. So that's a tasty 4 production tile. Mongolia will buy my relic for 2 gold. How lovely of them. What a deal. What a deal. Oh, look, there we go. There we go. Now they'll sell it to me for more. I'd rather just have all of your things. I mean, this would give me enough gold to basically boost my empire into the early game very nicely. And what I've got to think about is whether or not that faith is going to be worth more than the gold, because I could just get settlers. That's the thing. I could just buy the settlers out and then tech up by buying campuses, really, really specialize in what I'm doing. And I can always buy the relic back. And the other thing, thinking about it, is I've only got the 1 space for a relic. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. We're going to ask for open borders, all their gold. Good. That bankrolls me. They're my friends. They shouldn't betray me. Fingers crossed. Not this early into the game. Now that I've got open borders, I can go and see if I can find out what on earth is going on in Mongolia's lands. Oh, look at all those archers. I love not having to fight Mongolia in the early game. It's so much fun. So this is something I can use my early game gold on. Traders. Is that worth it, or do I just save for the settler? I think I'm going to save for the settler, actually. Thinking about it, but I've got the gold. You see, I'm getting diplomatic favour from the city-state now. Oh, what a start. What a start to a game, everybody. It's wonderful. Maritime industries. Actually, that's good, because I can now build a boot, so we can start to galley rush a little bit and get out there and see the world. That would be fun, but I'm going to keep that for now. Caravassaries would be awesome once I do have the ability to send out traders, which I'm going to do very soon. We're going to go trader in my capital. I have 1 charger on the builder left, so I'm going to actually go and try and work that quarry. Another campus finished. Tilburg has done that for me nicely, so we're on 14.5 science now. Mongolia went reeds and marshes. which is interesting because I can't actually see any reeds or marshes in their land at all. But never mind, I'm sure there's a good reason for it. Let's get the trader working in this city as well. The Hague's got one going, and then I'm going to just start flooding some galleys out to go and explore a little bit. Don't forget, we're still looking for any natural wonders. Anytime I find one, Candy gives me a relic, and relics are awesome. Normal age is fine, by the way. We don't mind an early normal age. I think we'll go 3 inquiry. Each time we get a Eureka, yeah, that's something that I'm good at getting. Eurekas, we'll do that nicely. We'll save irrigation, for instance. That'll be quite nice. Next governor available. Who are we going to get? Magnus would be good if we're going to start printing settlers, but I don't think we are. I think Pingala might be the better option for me here in order to try and get myself as much science and production as I can. So we'll go for Pingala, go for the usual sticking capital. I think that's a good route personally. We'll do that for now. And here is first trader. I mean, look at that. Yeah, Candy. That's an amazing route. 2 food, 3 gold, 2 science, 2 culture. Wabam. Everything is awesome. Currency is boosted, which gives me the dedication bonus, and we start to just merrily make our way into the game now. And in fact, actually can sell open borders and diplomatic favor now for lots and lots of gold. In fact, yeah, Mongolia will take it as well. That gives me tons. And I think already what we're going to do is, I don't think it makes sense to close the gap and settle closer to Sumeria because we've got no loyalty pressure. But Utrecht is probably the city that's most likely to grow. So what we'll do is I'll buy the settler in this city, and then we can go and just settle down here. Masonry boosted, another Eureka. I'm just about to get myself 2 galleys. That'll give me shipbuildings, Eureka. And if I improve one more sea resource, I'd get one as well. So there's lots of different things that we can be doing right now in order to get these final sets of boosts. Oh, in this city, now that it's on 1 pop and it can't lose any population, just had 7 tiles improve. Oh, that's some really decent extra yields on all the tiles around it. So yeah, look at that. Perfect. It's going to start to grow much quicker now. Lovely stuff. So I have currency. What do I need for apprenticeship? Animal husbandry. I'm just so nervous because this tile, it's just any grassland flat tile in your empire is going to clearly be horses. And it's like, it's such a good tile for me. I don't want it to be horses. I want to do anything else with it. But I've got to because it's such a bottleneck in my science at the moment. So we're going to have to just run with it. And if it is, it is. There's no district I can put down on there at the moment unless I went government plaza in a couple turns, which I probably could do. Let's do this. We've got other options for a second. I can work around. We should be fine. There's my first galley, bit of era score on that. Astrology has been gained, and bump, there's city number 4. City state has been defeated. Oh, well, there's someone we can liberate at some point on the map, apparently. Go 1 galley, find some stuff for us. Just going to see if I can flood the ocean with galleys. We'll really expand along the sea. If I can find any good islands to settle, these are all things that the Dutch work really well on. Bronze working. Am I going to kill 3 barbs soon? I probably will, you know. Oh, in fact, there's some faith over on that tile, so it looks like there is a wonder over in that direction, which is quite cool. I can actually get the government plaza going too. So I think I'm going to do that. As much as this tile probably had something better to do, that means I can now pick up animal husbandry. I don't know if there will be a horse. There's probably not a horse on that tile. After all of that angst, there's probably not a horse on that tile. Looks like there's some lovely islands over there. So this is a continents and islands map. So we should have lots of cool things for us to do. That is the Matto. 1 faith, 1 production to adjacent tiles. There is the grass cutting sword. Delicious stuff. And Tilburg, I would quite like it if that actually... You know what? I've just realised that is... Oh, Lord. That was a +6 campus area. Why didn't I see that before? Oh, can I actually get a city there? No. But that could be a really cool holy site. So I'll keep that there for now. But, oh, that's frustrating. Never mind. We got ourselves... This will turn into a +6 and that will turn into a +6 as well. So actually, you know what? I think we've got away with it because that's actually no better than the ones we put down, unbelievably. It's just the symmetry that we've failed on there. Terrible. Anyway, grass cutting sword. I don't believe anyone is going to be able to buy this from us, no. That's fine. It gives us a little bit of faith per turn. Now, how many religions have gone down so far? None. How many religions have been taken? None. Interesting. Very interesting. So I could still very easily pick a religion up if I wanted to. If I wanted to, which I probably do, to be fair. I'm just going to put a lovely road down here. This gives me all of the extra bits and pieces that I could want. 2 food, 3 gold, 2 science, 2 culture. I'd like Tilburg to grow if possible, and that will just help me. Oh, and Hunza was there. Hunza means that I now have political philosophy boosted as well. Perfect. 3 city-states, 3 options for me. There is classical era, which means I can now get myself political philosophy. I think the best government for me, because I'm at peace, is to go classical republic, get myself more great person points, but more importantly, an amenity and a housing in all the cities with campuses in, which is most of them. Builders, urban planning, maritime industries, and we'll go first envoy counts as 2. I discovered 1 source of horses there on that tile. So there's nothing on this tile. Oh, it's always going to be the way, wasn't it? As soon as I got all angsty about it, I was like, no, that's not going to happen. 2 horses over on this, actually by this river over here as well. So there are lovely options for me to get some good cities down. I need shipbuilding as quickly as I can actually in order to get my units to embark so I can send my settlers out. That would be cool. Oh. Okay, my galley's being immediately killed by 2 barbs. This is why you send them in pairs, Ursa. Okay, well, he's dead already. I guess we'll just pretend he didn't exist. It's fine. Oh, they survived. They survived. Quick, run away, run away, run away. What did I just find? I just found something. Don't know what I just found. Do I want Hong Kong city project boosted? I think I do. So I'll put an envoy into Hong Kong. I don't actually think anybody has put anything towards... I know Gilgamesh has gone 2 into Kandy, so I will leave Amani there for now. I could start getting Revelation to try and get a religion. If I get Reliquaries as a religion, I will get triple faith from my relics. That would be 18 faith per turn. That would really help with monumentality down the line. And I know that there's already 1 other relic on this map. It's very rare that that religion is really good unless you're using Void Singers, and it's kind of tempting as an option, being honest. I will buck up Ancestral Hall quickly though, that's always a good card for me, and Pingala. Let's give me more, let's go Researcher for more science. We're just doubling up on a strength of ours for now. Yeah, you know what, sod it, let's go for Revelation. I kind of like that as an idea. I think it would be good to go for, so we'll give it a try. Horseback riding, give myself the inspiration here. Well, I mean, we've got probably about 6 points from my dedication bonus so far. It's been really handy. We just need to farm a resource now, which has 1 there. That'll give me irrigation. Brilliant. 2 sea resources. In fact, there's even a whales over there, as well as whales over in this direction. So again, we should have another point. This is working really well for me. Best bit as well is apparently I'm getting iron. Where is my iron? I don't think I've even found iron, have I? No, I don't know what iron is. What's giving me iron? It must be a city-state of some kind. Yes, okay, they have a mine over there. Kandy actually has improved this iron. I like the fact they moved the builder all the way around. That's really sweet. There's the irrigation boost. We'll go and pick up irrigation quickly. So Utrecht, actually this city's going to really start to grow for me now, which is cool. Tilburg has the opportunity to grow as well. Bronze working. Did I actually get any iron? Oh, there's iron right where I wanted to put that aqueduct. That's a little unfortunate, but I guess it won't make too much of a difference because this industrial zone will give myself a little bit of extra bonus from the iron there. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Where was my other iron? I had 1 more under the campus. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Another campus finished, and we're up to 36 science per turn. This is where the Dutch get really just casually good. I'm getting another +6 science per turn just from my Netherlands bonus. 20% extra science plus another 2 from Dutch East India Company. So I should be on about 26 science per turn. It's a big, big swing. Really cool. I think this should be the last mine. There you go for apprenticeship. That's another point. And I'm just about to go and pick up this whale tile, which will give me the boost to celestial navigation. Mathematics is going to get boosted when this commercial hub is finished. I should also be building one in Tilburg very soon as well. I'm just waiting for the great scientist to appear. I think next turn I should be able to just rush her with faithful. Actually, we're getting quickly into the points, but this is a 3 library and 1 extra great scientist point. I've got 1 library, 2 libraries being built. The Hague, I will rush the library in, and that's going to again boost my science up really nicely. Plus, the Ancestral Hall has been finished as well, so Pingala is now giving me... Oh, I could get grants, which give me extra great people points. I'm going to do that because I've already got some great scientist points coming in from this city. So actually, using the great scientist on this city will work really well. And there are the whales. Bam, celestial navigation. I'm already in a normal age, and we have 20 turns minimum to get myself the golden age that we're after. Plus, profit-wise, is working really well as well. Protestantism has been taken, but there are still 3 other religions, and nobody else is getting points. So, working well. Just gonna switch back to builders quickly because my capital, I mean, it would be great to improve the population here, but I need to start to settle. That's the priority for me at the moment. And Tilburg, I believe, that'll be a nice +2. I could get myself the holy site. Actually, the problem is if I put the holy site there, I can't actually found the religion, so maybe that's not a good idea. Be a nice +4 holy site there. It's one of the few tiles that's being worked in this city though. This city really doesn't have much going for it at the moment. Let's just actually finish the library. And after that point, get yourself a monument. You need to get some actual border growth. Apprenticeship. Industrial zones can now be popped down. And there is my 3 great library. All great libraries, sorry, just regular libraries, I apologise. Give +1 science. Well, bam. Oh, yes. The Hague has suddenly got really good. 43 science. Only Gilgamesh has more than me. And somehow I'm actually in 2nd on science. That's crazy. We're having a game. We are having a game. Get harbours down as well. Oh, delicious. Oh, hello. What's this? 7 tiles flooded and 1 population lost. This looks like the main river I was going to settle across. Oh, yes. Over yields. Okay. It's not ultimately super exciting for me because I was going to improve all those tiles, but I mean, that's still useful extra yield, and that'll help me to navigate and to grow into that area, so let's do it. Anshan, nobody? No, there is, okay, 2 people have met you, so there's going to be 2 people on this continent, but they give you science from works of writing. Interesting. Was it relics, did I just see? Yeah, 1 science from relics. Look at this. This is becoming a relic game. I weirdly didn't have this in mind when we started this game, but you know what? That's kind of proof that you should learn to be a little bit flexible in Civ, eh? And just roll with the punches a little bit. There's an iron mine, another Eureka, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go settler, watermill, ancient walls in my capital. That will give me engineering and construction bonuses. We're just also going to pick up ironworking shipbuilding. So the era score we're getting at the moment is absolutely just flooding in, and it means that I'm staying ahead of the opposition. It's actually a very weird science game. 18 for Gilgamesh, 15 for me, and 11 for 3rd place. So I'm now 4 techs ahead of 3rd place. Never did I think I'd see the day. Oh, there's a war cart having a go on a swordsman here. And Barb camp that looks a little bit weak, but not weak enough for me to just walk in. So I have Armani just heading over to Anshan. So I'm going to put quickly an envoy over that. That gives me quite a lot of extra science because I've got at least 2 libraries now, which is brilliant. My scout is trying to survive an oncoming rush from a swordsman. I'm researching shipbuilding as quickly as I can to let them get into the sea. This is a really weird standoff. Like, my scout is literally stood on the peninsula with an on-rushing horde as back at HQ. I'm like, quick, work out what boats are. We need to work out what boats are so they can jump in the sea. What's going on? It's really odd. So it survived 1 attack, lost 50 health, gained 10. Is it going to survive 1 more attack? No one knows. No one knows. Continue to fortify, Mr. Scout. You may well do this. You probably won't. He's probably going to die, but you never know. Go on, you can do it. No! They died just as shipbuilding. Just as the boats arrived. They lost. They lost. Never mind. It's okay. It's just unbelievably sad, but it's okay. Oh no. Oh no. It's amazing how my galleys can just get swamped before I've even met anything. There's Norway, by the way. I'd love to sample their hospitality. And, oh, I discovered, a natural wonder. I didn't have any space for the relic. Ah, that's frustrating. Where was that relic? It's going to be over here. Oh, that's Anshan, wasn't it, doing that? Yeah, okay. It looks like Norway might end up killing this city-state pretty soon, so we won't get too attached to it. Norway's got 5 cities and 18 pop, so they're doing just a little bit better than me. Actually, it's a very low pop game for most people. Very strange. Norway will buy the grass-cutting sword from me, but I think it's worth keeping that right now. As I say, I need to get somewhere to put relics. There's not enough space going on right now. There's my 5th city, by the way. That's cool. And there's an improved floodplain, which gives me another era score. We need 2 more now, and we should be on the road. This galley is probably going to die. Yeah, it did a lot of discovering. I can't hate it for what it did for me. It was very good. It's just, wanted it to survive just a little longer. Never mind. Tilburg is now ready to get rocking. I think an industrial zone is going to be what this city needs. Although a commercial hub would be quite useful because Again, I really like the idea of getting more trade routes wherever I can, but I think let's get the production, because then I can get the great engineer, and then I can think about getting things like the mausoleum. Yeah, nobody's gone for engineering points at the moment, and I think that's going to be my advantage over everyone else, just to get those engineers going. Mongolian Empire has declared war on Sumeria. Okay, that's fine. As long as you don't bring the fight to me, that's all good. And as long as... Okay, Norway, I really could use you not attacking Anshan. Could you just do that? That would be swell. Thank you so much. Another governor. Let's get connoisseur. That gives me another 5 culture or so. Good, that just is a little boost to help me get towards feudalism, which is the next good card for me. And urban planning. I think it's almost time to get this now. Look, oh, you can see my profit is almost there. That's almost there, but urban planning can go for natural philosophy now. And whabam, 72 science per turn. We have taken the science lead. Sumeria appears to have lost all of their science somehow. I think they probably just started working better tiles. Another lumber mill. My capital is getting very high in production now. I'm just going to chop this forest down because that one will be good. Engineers. Nobody's getting engineers or merchants, so it's a good thing that I'm building both a commercial hub and an industrial zone, which hopefully I'll put down nice and quickly. Mathematics boosted because I have the commercial hub. Brilliant. And I just made another city-state, this time Mitla. City growth rate is 15% higher in cities with campus. That's actually really handy because I do have campuses. I'm now also going to ideally go and settle this city, but I did want to wait until the next age to get the era score. I'm going to put the settle down for visibility. I'm just going to move my galley round in the hope that they can somehow lure the swordsman round. I mean, that's not at all how it works, but you never know. This scientist... Oh no, it's the prophet I just got. There we go. We've recruited a prophet. Nice. Nobody else. I know there's a second religion gone now. That's Feed the World taken. I think that was probably Stonehenge. Nope, it wasn't. It was someone else. But the prophet can now wait. It's not an urgent thing for me to go and discover that. Although, to be fair, more relics would be always a good thing for me. So I don't want to kind of brush that away too much. Genuinely quite a useful idea. And we get to the medieval era and a golden age. Huzzah! Let's see what we can do. Exodus is no longer important because we got our religion. We could give ourselves commercial hub and harbour districts adjacency into science, or I could go for monumentality and try and get settlers out quicker with gold and with faith. I do have quite a bit of extra faith, and I've only got the 1 commercial hub sorted with a +2 at the moment, so that's not the biggest boost for me. But the difference is that 3 Inquiry would give me 10% tech boost whenever I give myself a Eureka, so really, that could be a cool thing. I like that as an idea, but monumentality I think is a good one as well, because extra builder movement and being able to buy things with faith turns my pretty useless resource into something that's awesome. So we'll go for that for now. We like it. We like it a lot. Here's the scientist, by the way. So that is the scientist. I'm just going to pop him immediately. I can now get military tactics boosted, and I have all of my units being able to heal a little quicker. There is a blizzard, unfortunately, heading towards my settler. There is some fresh water here, but I can settle on the production and faith tile and be working another one immediately, which is awesome. So this already has become like a nice city for me, a really cool city. And I think I'm going to start working. I could go straight for a holy site using a +2, or I could go straight for the harbour, a nice +4 harbour. Let's do that instead. I like that as an idea. That's really cool. In fact, I think I'm going to start spewing settlers out soon, and I think Utrecht is probably a good place to launch them into the sea. So that's probably where I'm going to send them. Issen is losing loyalty. Now this is the problem that Sumeria often have under the hands of the AI. They work so many of their unique little tile improvements, they don't get enough food to end up growing. And I'm hoping that's what's happening in the city above. We'll see if that's what does happen. Well, Congress time. I think we're going to go for melee units, but actually, no, we'll go for ranged because barbs always have loads of melee units. Duplicates of resources. Let's have a look and see what people are doing on resources. The only one I can see... let's vote. Let's vote on something that nobody has, just in the hope that that goes through. Let's go for, like, Mercury. I don't even know who has Mercury. No whales. Oh, I was using whales. Oh well. What can you do? And that's what happens when you sell off all your resources all the time. Luckily for me, I can just pick up this citrus tile immediately and give my city something nice to grow on. In fact, yeah, just work that tile for me. Thank you so much. A strong navy. I have 1 boat. I have 1 boat. What are you doing, Norway? That's the real question here. Oh, there's some niter underneath an industrial zone that I'm building. Nice. Okay, so I've got some niter already. I love when that happens. When it goes underneath something you've just put down, you're like, yes, all deliberate. I will take that victory. How are we doing on tech? 22 techs versus 20 versus 15. Yeah, we're doing nicely. I'm getting extra luxuries in as well that I can start to flog. People always ask me, I see this always in the comments, it's always really funny, why do I ask the gold up front rather than the gold per turn? It's because Civ is a snowball game. If you ask for the gold up front, you can use it immediately, do something with it, and that will give you benefits which then run into the game from that point, rather than just waiting and having the gold over an extended time. Yes, you get a little bit more, I get that, it's a thing, but it's always better to have it in earlier. That I can guarantee you. There's mathematics. Cool. Okay, so we're getting some merchant points in. I'm trying to build a market, but it's taking me absolutely forever. The Hague has another settler. Now, where can we settle? There's a double olive and horse resource on that island over there. So you know what? That's where I'm going to head. Go over there, Mr. Settler. And I probably want to go and settle this area as well. So maybe we'll try and just settle that orange. Nope, that's too close to Candy. Of course it is. Well, okay, I guess we'll probably just plonk it on the coast then, but still. Big old eruption next to my city. I think that might have destroyed a population. Yep, 2 tiles damaged. I just put these down. Oh, okay, luckily it's not too much of a problem, but still, I just put that down. One more envoy, that would give me Mitla, and I probably should look to sell my grass cutting sword if I can. Now, Norway's not giving me much money for it because they don't really have much money, but I can ask for a little bit more diplomatic favour from them, of which they'll give me 10. Open borders as well? No, that's too much to ask for. Okay, let's sell the grass cutting sword, that's good. And now I can go for Mitla. This will give me another city-state, and bam, I discover a lot more of the world, and we'll go for Rome and Vietnam. Interesting. What a strange map. Hello, friend. Hello, honoured to meet you. Yes, I'd love to sample your hospitality and Rome as well. -2, -3. Both of them are going to like me if I offer them the open borders and delegation combo. It's just make sure that if anyone is probably going to like you, they probably will. +3, +4. I can go friendship. Nope. Always ask for it. You never know. There you go. Look, Vietnam actually accepted it immediately. Oh, and Vietnam wants to buy my iron, and so does Rome, actually. Good. I've been trying to flog that iron for the longest time. I've just had it, and I haven't been able to do anything with it apart from build the occasional man-at-arms to keep me safe from barbs. First industrial zone has been finished. Cool. We can get a workshop going nice and quickly, or we can start to immediately put down things like harbours to give myself a little bit of extra gold and trade routes. I think trade routes have got to be important for me. I'll put that harbour down, and then we'll go for workshop shortly after. Look at that, Rome is my friend as well. It's literally just Norway. It's literally just Norway. What's wrong, Norway? Why won't you be my friend? Another flood, another population lost and some more damage. Oh, that's the campus destroyed. And the industrial zone is... Oh, yeah, we need dams. Dams, luckily I'm almost at them, but these rivers are proving to be a small nuisance. Actually, look at that. Norway wants to be my friend as well. Good. We now have friendship with everybody. This means that I have the ultimate domination play set up just around the corner. What you want to do is have alliances with everybody so that you can just start picking one after the other away from the AI and just go attack, attack, taking them all out. It's just the best way of going and doing domination. It really is. Oh, my capital has been spewing out galleys, by the way, of the maritime industries. I've gone from 1 galley to 4 in the space of about 4 turns. It's been brilliant. Look at all these industrial zones that are about to be finished as well. Oh, yes. If I can get all of the engineer points, I can start to print wonders like nobody's business. Which actually means I can use the Hague as well quite nicely. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Salty Tech, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Doughboy91, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Portland, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Emir EC, Henry, Rom88, Radiatore, and Private Selection Genoa Salami for all of your support, as well as everybody that leaves comments and interacts with the channel generally. Thank you so much. See you all next time.